Welcome, Crusader fans, to another edition of the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority. I'm Aaron Levitt. Joining me today, women's soccer head coach John Marovich. John, thanks for being here.
Oh, always a pleasure.
Season getting toward the Horizon League play. I believe 7 matches into the year now. Should have been 8, but you had a cancellation last week. We'll start off the defense. Obviously, the story of the season so far. Just some impressive defensive numbers. Looking at the stats so far, 4 straight shutouts, over 430 minutes since allowing a goal. You actually go back, the last goal you allowed was a penalty kick. You haven't allowed a goal in the run of play since the first match of the season. Can you talk a bit about the defense, especially this year with the new goalkeeper in goal, Sydney Galvez-Daly, and the great job she's done, but then also the efforts in front of her to help keep teams off the scoreboard?
Oh, sure. And I think if you look back, history here will show that, defending is our foundation. And so it's just a collective group. It's not any one specific person. It's the group of 11 that are on the park at any one time. And we've had several different lineups this year. So it's not like, oh, well, this particular back line, this back four has done it. We've had 5 or 6 kids now that have been in that back line. And every kid has just kind of stepped up and really just held on to that foundation that we've built. So it's really just been a collective unit. It's been impressive. Certainly we're pleased with that. But as a collective group, it's just, last game was the last game. We're looking forward to Friday and really just trying to keep our eye on that situation and try to just continue to improve as a collective unit.
Looking back at those shutouts this year, 3 of them have ended up being double overtime, scoreless draws. Does it get frustrating as a coach at all to see your team put up the clean sheet, not give up any goals, but yet still not be able to come out of those games with victories?
I think as a group, I think our kids feel, sometimes frustrated about, not getting a win out of a particular match. But what we've tried to do is really just try to focus in on, are we improving as a team? And I will tell you that although the goals aren't there on the sheet standpoint, and that doesn't always necessarily put the game in the win column, I've been pretty impressed with the way we've tried to play, with the attacking mentality that we've had. We've had several kids who have had a bit of a comfort zone of playing back or sideways that are getting forward. I just think there's a much greater intent to get into the attack as a group. So I think that's really what has led to even some of the defending success, is that we've put teams under some pressure. We've had a tremendous amount of shot opportunities in every game. So we've kind of turned the tables a little bit, is we're attacking in preparation to defend and defending in preparation to attack. And I think that mentality has really served us very, very well. So our performance has been pretty good. Been pretty pleased with that. Again, in society today, we look at how many games did you win or how many goals did you score, and that kind of defines who you are. Those will come with time. For me and for our team, we're really trying to define who we are by our level of performance and how we're trying to get it done. I actually had someone come up to me the other day and say, your team was just so much fun to watch today. That's important, because it tells us that the kids are doing the right things. Eventually, the goals will come, and hopefully they'll come at the right times. To be fair, some of the goalkeepers that we've gone against have had some really good days. Yesterday even, there was a couple of big saves in that game that our kids kind of put themselves on the line, and the goalkeeper kind of stepped up to the challenge. Well, those things will happen in this game. Soccer's kind of a crazy game at times, but that's what makes us love it so much, I think.
You talk about those couple plays, one crossbar in the game against Evansville, and then, as you mentioned, the Evansville keeper, nice leaping save to knock the ball over the bar, inch here, inch there. It's a 1 or 2-0 victory instead of a scoreless draw. Mm-hmm. You talk about the number of shots, the number of chances you guys are creating, and it really is impressive, over 18 shots a game. But as you said, it hasn't shown up on the score sheet so far. How do you, entering Horizon League play, how do you convert those chances, keep getting those kind of chances, but make them into goals?
Well, you just got to keep working at it. You just got to keep taking those chances. You got to keep that same attacking mentality. One of the things that I think has led to some of the difficulty in scoring is just the fact that we've put teams under pressure. We're going up against 8, 9, 10 people in behind the ball. So the space that you have to play is quite small. it's really forcing our kids to have to solve the problem a little bit differently. And so that, I think, has actually made us better outside of that attacking third. Because they're used to playing in training, we're reducing the space, we're making it tight. So they've been able to translate that into better possession outside of the attacking third. It's the toughest part of our game, is to finish into those tight spaces. So for what we're going to do is we're going to continue to train, continue to attack, and continue to just go through repetitions. And I think once we get one or two in a critical spot, I think more will come. We thought that might have happened against Western Illinois, scored 3 goals against Western, but it did, because we had 30 shots, the next game, another 18 more or whatever yesterday. So those opportunities are still there. It's just being really calm and composed on that last pass, so to speak. So we're just going to keep hitting the rock. We're not sure when it's going to completely break, but we're going to keep hitting the rock.
One final tune-up before the start of Horizon League play next week. You've got Eastern Illinois on the road this Friday. Looking to the fact you start league play next week, where do you see your team standing right now? What do you really like entering league play, and then what still needs some work going into the league play?
This group has been a really fun group to work with, because they've really taken on a mentality that they want to be successful, they want to get better, they're willing to take on the challenges. We talk about the scoring situation. They're really tackling that issue, and they're not even talking about the defending that we've done. It's almost become that's who we are, and that's what we're going to be every game, and we're just going to keep working at this. So I just like the workmanlike mentality they've taken. I like the fact that they're taking each game individually and looking at how are we going to get better. Watching the players step up, I think that the biggest impression that the team has left on me during this non-conference season is we've been able to challenge players. Players have stepped up. We're playing 17, 18 players in a match, and every player is stepping in and making some kind of contribution. To me, that tells me team. That tells me a team that's really getting themselves prepared to go to battle when it gets to the Horizon League play, because we know those games are going to be just a complete war, which is what makes college athletics what it is. So I think our kids are really prepared for that war, and excited about getting involved with it, and I just think that the camaraderie amongst the group and how they're working towards their goal is what's going to help them be successful.
As I mentioned, one final tune-up for the Crusaders this Friday at Eastern Illinois. Live stats for that match on ValpoAthletics.com. And then next Wednesday against Oakland at Brown Field, 7:30 p.m., the Crusaders kick off the 2014 Horizon League season. Coach Marovich, thanks for being with me today. Good luck this week. Good luck entering league play next week.
Appreciate it.
As always, you can follow the team on Twitter at ValpoWSO, or like Valpo Women's Soccer on Facebook for all your athletics news at Valpo Athletics on Twitter and Valpo Athletics on Facebook. This has been the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority. Until next time, I'm Aaron Levitt. Go Crusaders.